Hi guys, I just got back from another book sale. I know I have to stop, and I know I keep saying this every time there's a book haul.
And I'm just not gonna even make any excuses anymore because it's getting ridiculous, and I'm just gonna admit that I just love buying books. I am a bibliomaniac and I am not really ashamed of it, I think.
But of course, I will only go crazy for extremely cheap books, and this book sale had the cheapest books I have ever seen. Each were at 5 ringgit each, and that is around $1 US, and that is just insane. Let me just show you guys the books that I got from there. I'm gonna start with the two classics I got by Jane Austen. I got Emma and Sense and Sensibility. It's so gorgeous. I love it so much. They're very small, but they're in hardcover. And if you open it, the naked hardback is just beautiful. It has like a very cushiony kind of material, and it even has like a bookmark inside, and it has some illustrations in it. Next, I got Daughter of Smoke and Bone. This book I believe was highly recommended by Amelia from Amelia Xavier, and a lot of other booktubers have been talking about this book, and I've seen it around on Instagram a lot, so I'm so glad I found it. I didn't find it. Suraya found it for me, and she's like, Molly, you have to get this, and I'm like, thank you so much. And yeah, thank you, Surya, thank you. Brace yourself for this next one. I got the Vampire Academy box set with the first 3 books in it, and get this, it wasn't for 5 ringgit each. It was 5 ringgit for the entire freaking box set. I am freaking serious. And wait a second, I got the rest of the series as well. They also had the box set for the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th book, and it's just, this was definitely a steal. This was for 10 ringgit for the entire box set. And usually you can't even get one book for 10 ringgit. One book usually would be around 30 ringgit, and this is just so funny. Okay, never mind. This next one is just, okay. I got the Circuit of Freak collection with the first 4 books in the Saga of Darren Shan series, and it was all for 5 ringgit, and I went crazy when I saw it. I just like picked it up straight away, and I decided to try and find the rest of the series at the book sale. And there were a lot of the other books in this edition, but I didn't want to waste a lot of money because there were 12 books in the series. And so what I did was I found the books that had the 3-in-1 collection, where there's 3 books in each one, so there's like 3, 6. Okay, so there's 9 books here, and there's 4 books there, and which means that I have the 4th book twice, but that's okay. But basically, I have the entire series, and I read it on ebook when I was 14, and I freaking enjoyed it. And I'm just so glad that I finally have the physical copy. Now I can reread again with the physical copy. Yay. Oh my god, this next one. Thank you again, Suya, for finding this and giving me a copy. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows hardback in the Bloomsbury edition. I don't have the 7th book in this edition, but the problem is my other editions are not in hardback, and so it's not really like this. But I really honestly don't mind because I find this to be extremely worth it, and this was such a steal because the pages are like painted in gold or something. It's just so cool, and it has this sort of second-hand feeling to it that I really like, and it smells amazing as well. Okay, I reckon, in my opinion, this next one was the biggest steal of all. It is basically around 4 books in one, and it is the Circle trilogy, I think, by Ted Dekker. I've never heard of this before, but when I saw Ted Dekker, because I've read one of his books, I had to check him out on Goodreads, and apparently the ratings for each of these books are very high. They're around 4.2 and 4.3 and stuff, and I'm just like, why have I never heard of this? And so I got it, and I was actually attracted because it was so big, and like 5 ringgit for a huge book is just so cool. And it has around 1,500 pages, if I'm not mistaken. It is the biggest book I have ever owned, and I'm just really excited to try this series out. And yeah, if you have read this, please tell me if you like it or not. Please do. The next one I got is The Truth About Forever by Sarah Dessen. I checked this one out on Goodreads, and it was really high actually, and a lot of people were saying that it was really good. Some even said that it's their favorite book ever, and so I hope that it is a really good contemporary read. And yeah, got this. Now, I discovered that I actually like some children fiction, and when I found these 2 books, yeah, I just had to get it. Especially, it was first because of the cover, and then when I checked it out on Goodreads, people were saying that they were really heartwarming reads, and I really love books that can sort of make you feel good, you know, about life. And so I got The Terrible Thing That Happened to Barnaby Brockett by John Boyne. He is the author of The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. I haven't read it or watched it yet, but I heard that it's really good, so I'm really looking forward to read this. And I also found another one of his books, which is Noah, Barley, Water Runs Away, also by the same author. And I really think that it's beautiful that they are both in the same edition, and they just look so beautiful together, and I'm just so happy. Don't look down on children fiction. Children fiction books have really great morals that are actually pretty deep. They're actually pretty fun to read. Yeah. The next one I got is A Working Theory of Love by Scott Hutchins. I don't know anything about this book. Soraya got one, and so me and Naz were like, where'd you get it? Because the cover is just gorgeous, and look at that spine. That spine is just the best part of the book. This spine is the best part of the book, and I really love the colors used in this. And the title seems really intriguing, and I think the story is actually pretty good as well. I think, hopefully, and yeah. Next is a book I've heard a lot of great things about from several people, but I've never gotten around to like actually getting it. So when I found this, I just had to get it. Memoirs of an Imaginary Friend. I can't remember who exactly told me this, but they said that it is one of their favorite books ever, and I have to find out why a book is somebody's favorite book, you know, and it sounds like a really nice read, so got this. The next one I have Naz to thank for. It is Dash and Lily's Book of Dares by Rachel Kahn and David Levitin. David Levitin has a lot of collaborated like work, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, I've always been wanting to get this. I've seen this around on Instagram a lot, and I think it's a really good contemporary probably. And yeah, so glad that she found another copy. Thank you so much, Naz. The next book I got is The Storyteller by Jodi Picoult. Ratings were really high and the reviews were really great. They said that it's one of the best from Jodi Picoult, and I think Afika from Reading Out Loud has read it and she gave it 5 out of 5 stars. And so I've never read any Jodi Picoult books, so I hope that this is a great start. And it's a historical fiction though, compared to her other books. It usually involves family themes and stuff, but I'm really looking forward to read this one. I have to read more historical fiction, and I think this is probably a good start. Yeah. Last but not least, I swear I thought I already put this book back. So I got Throne of Glass in the American edition, the US edition, and I know I already have one, and I got this one from the same book sale last year, but I saw like 100 of these and I just had to pick one up. And then at the end of the day, because my friend also wanted one, so I bought 2. I had 2 in my pile, and so I was really debating on whether to get this one because I already have it, and I'm not even collecting this edition. I'm collecting the UK edition, the white background one, and like, I don't know.
And then I thought I already put it back. Then when I got home, I saw 2 copies and I'm like, oh well, I do love it, so why not?
I am a bibliomaniac, and I don't know if this is like a disorder or anything, but I am going to try to make myself stop.
Somebody has to like lock me up in my room for like 3 years until I actually finish all of these books and not buy a single book. Someone has to make me do that.
I only had to spend around 90 ringgit for all of these books, and that is just extremely cheap. Usually I'd only be able to get 3 books for 90 ringgit, and so this is probably the best book sale I've ever been to. And yeah, if there is still time, the book sale ends on the 27th of September, and it is at Viva Home Mall. If you have time and if you're nearby, you definitely check it out and get all the books that you've ever wanted to get for a cheap price. A lot of them will be there. Okay, so yeah, thank you very much for watching. Now I have to find places to put the books at. Yeah, wish me luck. Anyway, see you guys later. Bye.